Hi everyone, I am Neha Agrawal. I'm the founder of WiseUp and an alum of NTU Singapore, a university ranked among the top 15 globally. In the past 3 years, I have reviewed over 500 SOPs and helped students get admission in top universities such as Georgia Institute of Technology, Stanford University, Carnegie Mellon, National University of Singapore, and many others. In this video, I am going to share with you how to write the perfect SOP. What is the section by section content you should include, what are the steps you should follow, which AI tools to use and not use, and finally how to get your SOP reviewed and make it ready for submission. If you are interested in a particular section, then I've put all the time markers below and you can directly jump to it. And now, without further delay, let's get started. The first thing we will understand is the main content that needs to go in the SOP. So broadly speaking, an SOP consists of 3 main sections. First is the motivation, second is the academic and professional background, and third is the overlap with the university. In the motivation paragraph, we share a story as to how did our interest develop in the field or why are we so passionate to pursue our higher studies in that field. After that comes the academic and professional background section, and this is where you're going to include multiple paragraphs. Each paragraph, for example, talking about your academic background, where you're going to share the details of the coursework and training you have gone through within and outside the curriculum. After that, you'll have a paragraph on research projects where you're going to share in detail about the research work you have carried out and your contribution to the same. Then you can have your internship and work experience paragraphs as well, where you will share the roles and responsibilities you had in the company and your contribution to the organization that you were a part of. You can also have paragraphs like extracurriculars and discrepancies in case your profile has some backlogs or gap year that you would like to address. And finally comes overlap with the university. And this is where you're going to talk about why do you want to pursue this degree and why now. What are your career goals? So basically, what would you like to do on a short-term basis and then what would you like to do on a long-term basis? After that, you're going to have an entire paragraph that is university specific and talks about why exactly do you want to join this university and no other. So here you can talk specifically about the coursework, the research work, or anything unique about the university that attracts you. And finally comes the closure, the conclusion paragraph, and this is where you're going to reiterate your fit in the program and how excited you are to join that university. So these are all the main sections that we should include in our SOP. Now that you have a clear idea of what to include in your SOP, the next thing you need to understand is the steps that you should follow in writing one. Often when students are given the task of writing the SOP, they just sit down to write one. And then they don't know how to start the SOP or what to write in the SOP. So what you need to understand is that the first step to writing the SOP is to brainstorm content. This is where you should visit the university website, check for the requirement, word limit, and if there is anything specific that they would like you to address in the SOP. After that, you should brainstorm and think of a story that will convince the admissions committee as to why you are so passionate for the field and how you are a good fit for the program. Think of all the important experiences you've had that you would like to include in the SOP and not so important experiences that do not deserve a place in the SOP. This categorization and storytelling approach is very important before you start writing your SOP. The second step is the drafting process. Now, usually when students are writing their SOP, they try to write each and every sentence perfectly without any grammatical errors or any language issues. And what happens when you go for this approach is that it makes the whole process very overwhelming and time-taking. So instead, what you should do is just go for a word vomit, where whatever comes to your mind, simply write that down on the piece of paper. Don't worry about grammar, language, word count, just keep writing. In this way, you will have all the information, everything you want to include in front of your eyes in that piece of paper. And this will make the process less overwhelming and will give you more confidence about the whole thing. After this, we will go for the editing process. Now this is where you're going to carefully analyze your SOP and edit it for language issues, grammatical errors, try to make the sentences much more crisp and academically sound. Now here a lot of students are tempted to use AI tools like ChatGPT to refine their sentences, to make better looking sentences come out of it, right? Now this is something you should be avoiding, because the moment you get your sentences generated from an AI tool, it is going to be flagged as AI generated content. So then what should you do in such a case, and which AI tools are safe to use? We will discuss that very soon. Now once your SOP is ready and the best version of what you could have produced, the next step is to get it reviewed from an expert. Now if you want to get it reviewed for free, don't want to spend any money, then definitely you can reach out to a friend and ask them to review it for you. Otherwise, a better option would be to get it reviewed from an expert. This is because they know what goes exactly in an SOP, what language is going to impress the admissions committee, how to tailor your SOP as per different universities, and therefore they will be able to guide you accordingly. At WiseUp, we offer exactly that. We offer a study abroad course designed completely by me with 8+ hours of content and 15+ essay samples from top universities. In this course, you will learn everything, starting from understanding the entire study abroad process to writing each and every type of admission essays, be it your SOP, LORs, personal statement, scholarship essays, and even emails to professors. Along with that, we offer SOP and LOR review program, where we sit down with you and then help you understand how to improve the content of your SOP and LORs, what information to include, not include, and how to make it more attractive for that university. Once you have made all the changes, we go for a second round of review, where we polish your SOP and LOR for language, grammar, sentence structure, and make it ready for submission. If you're interested in any of these programs, the link is in the description and in the pinned comment. But I just want to share with you one thing, that these review programs, they take a lot of our time, so it's not possible for us to cater to everyone. So we have limited slots available, and in case you're interested, you should book that in advance. And now let's talk about AI tools. So as I told earlier, we usually have this urge to use AI tools like ChatGPT to polish our entire language and make it more professional. But what happens when we do that is that the entire SOP becomes AI generated, even though the content, the story is ours. Don't confuse this with plagiarism. This is not plagiarism, because the words that you have used in your SOP might not be the same as somebody else. But because the entire sentence has been written by an AI tool, it still becomes AI generated. So what should you do in such a case? Which AI tools are safe to use? I would recommend using AI tools for minor language and grammar correction only. Plenty of such AI tools are available in the market, such as Grammarly, Quillbot, Trinka, PaperPal. Please go ahead and use it, and it should not be a problem. But make sure you're using it for minor language and grammar correction only. Do not get your entire sentences replaced from the AI tool. So everyone, that's all I wanted to share with you today. Hope you've gotten a complete understanding of how to write that perfect SOP. Now if you're interested in my course or the review program, then you can go to my website and check it out. And now, thank you so much for watching this video, and I wish you have a fantastic career ahead.